The red peaks of Dracarin glowed under the evening sun as Liriana walked alone along the cliff path, her long tail dragging behind her in quiet exhaustion. Her crimson scales shimmered beautifully, yet no one ever saw the beauty anymore, not after the scar. It ran from her brow to her cheek, a deep, twisted line carved there by a wyvern's claw 2 years ago. Once she had been admired, praised for her grace and elegance, the pride of the Emberwings. But after the attack, the glances changed. So did the whispers. Unfortunate girl. She was beautiful before the mark. No warrior will choose her now. Liriana kept her head low, wings tucked, heart locked behind walls so thick even she struggled to breathe inside them. She visited the village only when necessary, and even then she avoided eye contact. The wound on her face healed long ago, but the ones in her heart did not. Today would be no different. At least, that's what she believed. Until she met him. The human veteran arrives. Cale Rowan, scarred, broad-shouldered, and carrying the heavy quietness of a man who had seen too much, stepped off his borrowed drake mount as the villagers stared with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. Humans rarely came this deep into dragon territory. A former war captain, Cale had fought monsters across 3 continents before vanishing from the ranks after losing his entire squad. He carried guilt like armor. But he came here on a simple mission, deliver a peace contract between humans and dragons. Politics bored him. Survival had shaped him. And loneliness walked beside him. He only wanted to complete his task and disappear again, until he saw her. Love at first sight exists, he was proof. Liriana stood at a herb stall, trying not to draw attention, when a gust of wind blew her hair aside, revealing the scar. Several people turned away, or looked down. Cale did not. He froze. Her scar didn't frighten him. It didn't repulse him. It didn't even distract him. If anything, it drew him in. Here was a woman forged in fire, a survivor, a warrior, even if she walked with her wings folded and her heart muted. Cale felt something he hadn't felt in years. A spark. Before he could stop himself, he walked toward her. "Hello," he said gently. Liriana tensed. "Do you need something?" He swallowed. "Yes. Your name." She blinked, startled. "Why?" "So I can say it again." Her cheeks heated. She looked away. "You don't have to make fun of me." "I'm not," he said softly. "I just wanted to say that your scales catch the light in a way I've never seen." Liriana's heart stuttered. No one had complimented her since the injury. Not once. "You don't have to lie," she whispered. "Liriana," Cale repeated, her name glowing on his tongue. "I don't lie to strangers, especially not about beauty." She stared at him, and for the first time in 2 years, she believed someone, the Whispering Village, but others didn't remain silent. "She's cursed." "He's human. He doesn't know better. He'll see the scar soon and run." Cale glanced around at the murmurs, his jaw tightening. His hand moved instinctively toward the hilt of his sword. Liriana gently reached out and touched his wrist. "Please don't." His anger melted. She withdrew quickly, embarrassed she had touched him. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Don't be," he said. "You just saved me from embarrassing myself." A tiny smile flickered across her lips. Cale felt something shift inside him. He wanted to see that smile again. The unexpected attack. That night, the village hosted a feast for the visiting human. Music filled the air, flames danced above the torches, and dragons soared in celebration. Liriana stayed at the edge of the gathering, hoping no one noticed her. Cale noticed. He crossed the entire courtyard in a straight line and stood in front of her. "Dance with me?" She shook her head immediately. "People will stare." "Then let us give them something worth staring at." Her wings twitched. "I don't know how to dance with humans." "Good," he grinned. "I don't know how to dance with dragons. We'll learn together." Before she could respond, a shriek shattered the music. Wyverns. The same winged beasts that once tore through her clan. Panic surged through the courtyard as the creatures dove, clawing at banners and scattering villagers. Liriana's heart hammered painfully. Not again. Not again. Not again. Cale noticed her shaking. "Liriana," he whispered, "look at me." Breathe. She forced air into her lungs. I'm here, he said. We faced them together. Her wings snapped open, not in fear, but in rising fury. Stay close, she said. And don't die. No promises, he muttered, gripping a fallen spear. Side by side, Liriana shot into the sky, flames erupting from her palms. Wyverns scattered as she burned through their ranks. Kale fought on the ground, fast, precise, fearless. When she faltered, he defended her. When he staggered, she shielded him. They moved like they had trained together for years, not minutes. Then the largest wyvern, a towering brute with midnight scales, landed heavily, snarling. Liriana froze. It was the one that gave her the scar, the one that stole her beauty, the one that stole her confidence. Her fire flickered weakly. Kale stepped in front of her. Kale, no, she gasped. You're stronger than this thing, he growled, and I'll prove it to you. The wyvern lunged. Kale charged. Liriana cried out and launched after him. Fire erupted from her claws, striking the beast's eyes. Kale leapt, driving a spear into its exposed chest. The monster thrashed violently. Kale was thrown back, hard. He crashed onto the ground, gasping. Kale. Liriana dropped to him instantly. Blood dripped from his lip, but he smiled weakly. Still alive. The wyvern roared behind them, preparing to strike. Liriana stepped in front of Kale, wings expanding to their full, majestic span. No more, she whispered. Her flames erupted in a brilliant inferno, hotter and brighter than ever before. The wyvern shrieked, collapsing under the blazing light. Silence followed. The attack was over. A heart finally seen. Liriana knelt beside Kale, trembling with fear and relief. You protected me, he whispered. You could have died. But I didn't. She cupped his face gently, afraid of hurting him, but unable to pull away. You're foolish, she whispered. He smiled, foolish enough to fall for a dragon woman at first sight. Liriana froze. What? Kale reached up and touched her scar with a tenderness that shattered every wall around her heart. This doesn't scare me, he said. It tells me you survived. Her breath caught, fire glowing softly behind her eyes. Kale, she whispered. Yeah, you make me feel seen. Good, he murmured. Then don't look away. She didn't. Instead, she kissed him, soft, trembling, full of years of pain finally breaking free. And he held her as if she wasn't broken at all, because to him, she wasn't.